This is my bedroom from when I was a teenager through to when I was in college. Now, when we first moved into this house, circa 1975, I did not live in this room. I lived in the room next door, which is the middle bedroom, the one closest to my parents' bedroom. And my oldest sister was in this room. And then at some point, she moved to the other end of the house. And so then my middle sister moved from a small bedroom there into this bedroom, rather infamously, because she cut the mesh on the storm windows so that she could sneak out. And then when the nest was empty, I was the last child remaining in the house. So I moved into this room and stayed here through college and a little bit beyond. So this room has two closets, one of which still has all kinds of wooden shelves in it for my Star Wars figures, and real Ghostbusters figures were in there and various things. But the interesting thing is, the layout in this room is still very similar to how it was, and this is the same bedroom furniture, same nightstand, same headboard, same dresser, same chest of drawers. So those things are all still in the exact same locations. So let's turn back the clock. My real Ghostbusters firehouse would sit right there in that spot. And in this closet, actually, on one of the shelves, is a particular movie quote from Ghostbusters that I'm pretty sure I wrote there because of one toy. Here's a ceiling fan that my dad probably hung in the 80s, and as you know, I used the styrofoam boxes of those kind of ceiling fans, Casablanca ceiling fans, to make my very first proton pack. Now this is the headboard of the bedroom suite that I had all those years, and you can see this in the background of some pictures. Particularly there's a picture of my nephew when he was a baby laying on that bed, and if you look in the corner you can see that particular bedpost that I just showed you. Now at different times I had different Ghostbusters items hanging on this wall over the headboard. A couple of them I got from the local movie theater. I paid the guy $30 for these. These were hanging in his office at the movie theater. Very dusty right now. One is apparently cut from a copy of the movie poster, and you can see it's just the three guys, and then separately cut out is the word Ghostbusters and just laid in there inside the glass. I need to clean that up. The other one, though, appears to be painted on glass, and I don't know if he had somebody do this or if he found it like at a, you know, sometimes when you go to the carnival, you got stuff like this that you can win. So I've had those two for a very, very long time. Also, my one sheet of Ghostbusters used to be on this wall. Of course, now it's signed by Dan Aykroyd, so it won't match some of the old pictures anymore. And then also, a couple of years ago, I was very fortunate to find in a box in the attic at this house my Ghostbusters 2 teaser poster, because it was in this cardboard sleeve, and as I was feeling around, I thought I was feeling the bottom of the box. And I thought, oh, well, there's nothing else in here, and I just so happened to hook a finger and lift it up. I've shot a video about that before, though. And then also, at some point in time, this Ghostbusters telephone used to hang right about there. So, just a few of the decorations that I had in this bedroom when I lived here. Now in that corner over there used to be a big drafting table, and at one point the chair from the drafting table was sitting right here, and that's where I was sitting when I took that picture of myself in my old gray Dickies Ghostbusters flight suit holding my nephew when he was like less than 1, and then in 2011 we retook that picture. So this is that spot. Can I leave now? Yeah. I'll see you at Thanksgiving. And then this spot here, in between the door out to the hallway and the leftmost closet door, is where I posed for a lot of my flight suit photos and everything back in like 1989. Now at the moment it's hardwood floors in here. Once upon a time it was this god-awful 70s black and red, 2 different height shag carpet thing. One of the possible reasons that they had to pull up that carpet was the time I was trying to mold a Slimer from the Real Ghostbusters plaster molding set, and I knocked over the mold with wet plaster in it and it spilled onto the carpet. Left a stain for a long time though. They eventually pulled up the carpet and got rid of it, but I still have a partially formed Slimer figure as a souvenir. One of my other Ghostbusters related memories of this bedroom was I would sit here in the floor and I would play the computer game, the Commodore 64 Ghostbusters game. And when the screens would load, or you would be driving or whatever in the game before you're actually having to use the joystick to do anything, I would then pick up a little handheld Ghostbusters game and play that for a while. Meanwhile, I would also be listening to the cassette tape of the soundtrack playing on a boombox. So yeah, I had this like whole sensory overload Ghostbusters thing that I would do. Or I would watch the film. Not really look at the screen, just be playing the game and listening to the dialogue over and over and over and over. So that's why I kind of know the words to Ghostbusters so well, even if I'm not looking at the picture. Thank you for watching.